Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Please tell me if you can hear me. How is everyone? We are going to have such a great day today. I've got my chat on slow mode. Hi. Oh, good. Juan is there. Juan, I was praying you would be here. I don't know if you can moderate for me, and I didn't want to burden you, but I was wondering if there was any chance, if you could. I was going to send you an email and then, oh, you can hear me. Yay. Thank you. You guys, we're going to have such a great day. And I've got some notes here for you because I didn't want to leave anything out, but today, what I really want to say is welcome to anybody who's found my channel for the very first time. I'm so grateful that you're here, and we are going to do something kind of serious today. But the very first thing I want to say is, oh, thank you, Juan, for moderating. I'm so grateful for you. That's so sweet. He's just doing that spontaneously for me. What a love. What a love. So I want to talk to you guys about this time in our lives right now, and it's pretty serious. And I want you to think of this in two different ways, okay? The first way is how this is going to affect you in a deeply personal way. And it is going to affect you in a deeply personal way. And then I want you to think about what you're seeing in the collective and in the collective world. And then I really want you to take your vision and I want you to wrap it around the entire world, every country, every human. And I want you to think about it, not just like your world, but the world. And then I want to tell you to think of it in one more way. And that is the way that is from the perspective of our universe. And I'm being serious when I say that, because we're going to have shifts in our lives, in our community, our world, in our world on Earth, and in our universe. And it's going to happen over the next 2 years. And it is starting right now. There's a tiny bit of a delay in my chat. So let me see if I can change that real quick. Yeah, let me take that off so you guys can chat with me in real time. There we go. So Kendra says, your understanding of Pluto was spot on. Thank you so much. I need help understanding the degrees. Kendra, honestly, I would go book a 15-minute reading with Connie Joe, maybe a 30-minute reading with Connie Joe or Susie or Stacy. But I just said Connie Joe because I know she has 15-minuters. I think Susie might also. And just go do a quickie with her, because you can get on there quick and fast and she can just show you how to read your chart. She's amazing. I recommend that for anybody. All three of those wonderful women can do that. Let's talk about this. So I want you guys to get out your piece of paper and your pencils, or your piece of paper and your pens. And I'm going to give you these dates. Okay. And these dates are pretty intense. And it's a list. So I want you to know something. Pluto takes almost 300 years, like 273 years to go all the way around the zodiac. So a Pluto transit unfolds over the course of about 2 years' time. So if anybody tries to tell you, and I am going to give you the dates in which it goes back and forth, but if anybody tries to tell you that something's going to happen exactly on this day with Pluto, it's just not true. And it's because it needs time to unfold. So what I want to talk to you about today is, I oftentimes on this channel, I talk about the 29th degree, and Pluto is hovering at the 26th, 27th degree of Capricorn right now, but it is going to move to the 29th degree. And it's just like Saturn because it's going to retrograde. It's going to retrograde forward and then backwards and then forwards and then backwards and then forwards and then backwards. And it's going to hover between 27, excuse me, 27 Capricorn and 2 degrees Aquarius. But when it does that, it's going to go over that 29th degree each time. And this is a very, very volatile time. This is a really volatile time. Connie Joe's not here, but I might be able to ask her to pop on. Let me tell her. I just asked her if she'd pop on. Let me see. Everybody's been very sick. I'm so sorry. Susie is incredible. I asked Connie Joe if she could pop on. I don't know if she can. This is the most important transit. I'm an Aquarius rising, 0 degree. Holy moly, guacamole. Vanessa, you got to listen to this whole video. Yeah, if you guys have planets between 27 degrees Capricorn and 2 degrees Aquarius, let me make it real easy for you, okay? If you are born on the last 3 days of Capricorn, or if you are born on the first 2 days of Aquarius, so that would be about January 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, or 22. That is your sun. You're having a massive Pluto transit. And if you've got anything at those degrees, anything, a cusp of a house, a planet. Now, mind you, we all have those degrees in our chart somewhere. And I'm hoping that you guys can read, the chart well enough to go find where Capricorn 27 to Aquarius 2 is in your chart, because that's where this bomb is going off. And this is kind of a bomb. Let me see what you guys are saying. For the degrees, is it only Pluto? Well, this is where Pluto will be stationing, going retrograde and going forward, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the reason why this is important, Scorpio rising, is because Pluto is changing signs. So Pluto has been in the sign of Capricorn since 2008. So what were you guys doing on November 27th, 2008? And again, Pluto transits are really big. They don't just happen on one day. They take 2 years to unfold. So I would like to say, in the year of 2008, what happened to you? I had a 2-year-old. What did you do? Right? I just ordered charts for both myself and my son. That's awesome. And you guys, if you haven't gotten my new report, Your Soul's Design, it is so good. And you can get it in my shop at soulnavigation.com. Just click on the shop tab. Joey, since the first time I saw your videos, I fell in love with your work. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so grateful, and I'm just so humbled by all of your love. Okay, Alexandra is figuring out the aspects. So if you guys have anything at 0 degrees, anything, if you've got your rising sign, if you've got a planet at 0 degrees, this is going to be in aspect to this Pluto changing signs. Alyssa went to college in 2008. So 2008 is when it moved out of Sagittarius and into Pluto. Scorpio rising. This Pluto transit is in my 3rd house. And They're saying they feel like they're starting to speak up. Oh my gosh, Natasha is from Greece. I'm so jealous. Let's trade places. You come out here to Seattle, I'll show you the Space Needle, and then you take me to the islands. Is that fair? Connie Joe's in the house. Oh my gosh, Connie Joe's in the house. So if you guys have some Pluto questions, or Connie Joe, if you want to scroll above, about 8 people said they had an amazing reading with you. And I was telling people that if they need to just do a quickie with you, a quickie, they can. You can just go to soulnavigation.com and click on book a reading. What do we got here? My husband poured me my coffee today and he put it in a fancy Leo cup. Isn't that sweet? Lesbos. Natasha is taking me to Lesbos. I cannot wait. Let's talk about this, okay? Because this is pretty serious. So I want to talk about the challenging side of Pluto transiting into Aquarius. And how we say that is we say it is ingressing into Aquarius. And I want you guys to think about how this is already shifting our society and how that's going to affect you personally. So what's going to happen when Pluto moves into or ingresses into Aquarius is it's going to usher in massive, massive global consciousness and maybe even cosmic consciousness. And that's the part I want you to think about, affecting not only ourselves, our community, our world, our earth, but I also believe our galaxy. I do believe when Pluto moves into Aquarius and when it is in Aquarius, we will make contact with other life on other planets and maybe other galaxies too. So not just our universe. Brendan Small, recession. Maybe, but I don't think the recession is going to be devastating. I don't think the recession is going to be like the Great Depression in the United States. But I want to tell you how I think it's going to play out. So at that time, when this changes, and get your piece of paper and your pencil or your pen, because I got a lot of dates that you have to write down. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go into your calendar on your phone, and I want you to go into your calendar on your phone, and I want you to put these dates in your calendar. For real. Yeah, this is good. You guys are figuring out where you have this in your own chart, and it's a big deal. Yeah, Karen says, will we understand black holes now? Yeah, we're going to really get into space. So really, really pay attention to what's happening in space. I'm ready, pen and paper. I want to tell you a tiny bit about Pluto, but I also have got to tell you guys that you really need to watch my whole entire Pluto playlist. It about killed me to do that whole playlist. It was exhausting. But in hindsight, I'm so glad I did it because the content is really rich. And Connie Joe has some excellent Pluto videos as well. And I want you to watch her Pluto videos too. And she's really, really good in those videos. And they're in the playlist as well. So on a dark and stormy night, go watch all the Pluto so you can really understand what this Pluto is, because I'm going to be giving you a definition of Pluto that's this big. And that took me 12 weeks to do. So Pluto in the chart brings up your darkness on a personal level. Let's talk about that. It shows the dysfunction of you, the psychological dysfunction, the psychological wound that you are attached to. And quite frankly, one that you can't get rid of, at least not very easily. It usually takes another crisis to get rid of your Pluto wound, or to at least work on it. And this is wherever you have Pluto in your chart, and wherever transiting Pluto is happening in your chart, I want you to imagine a transit, something that's external. So this is a wound that, or this is energy that will be sort of wounding you, but then you also have an internal wound wherever your Pluto is. And only people born on that day will have Pluto in that place. So nobody here has Pluto at 27 degrees Capricorn. It just doesn't move that fast. So it's our psychological wound. It's where Pluto is, where we are experiencing either by transit or internally our trauma, our fear, and our grief, our resentments, our anger. It's where we experience disempowerment, where we are disenfranchised, and where we feel that we need extra control or we're being controlled or dominated. This is also where we can experience sadism and masochism, self-sabotage, injustice, cruel, and quite frankly, hell. This can be the hell spot in your chart. So on a personal level and on an individual level, when people are going through a significant Pluto transit, discomfort and fear can really bubble up because we're dealing with the darker aspects of yourself and of life and of our community and of our world. And the truth about those darker experiences needs to come up. So these are the things that need to be healed or resolved or understood or integrated. Now, remember, Pluto is the Lord of the underworld, and it can manifest in your own life as well. And your life right now can go through, probably will go through significant changes. And the theme that will take place is wherever you have Pluto in your chart and what it's doing in your chart. So it's very powerful and it's very deep. And I will tell you, it is life altering. It can take a lot of years to transit. And through this house or this particular place, it's going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ooh, it's going to just be like a needle in you. And between 27 degrees Capricorn and 2 degrees Aquarius. And I want to tell you about these dates. So on November 27th, 2008, I kind of want you to go look at your life at the end, at the last 3 months of 2008 and figure out what you were doing at that time, because that's also when, and that whole year, 2008 would be really, really important because 2008, November 27th is when it moved into Capricorn, but early 2008 and probably even a little bit into 2007. I didn't look. If somebody wants to look, that would be awesome. When was Pluto at 29 degrees Sagittarius? It must have been in 2007 at some time. And if you want to put that in the chat, that would be awesome, because that is that 29th degree. I personally consider it to be a perilous degree, a very difficult degree, the hardest degree. And if you have 29 degrees in your chart, if you have a planet at 29 degrees or a major axis in your chart at 29 degrees, that is a crisis degree. That's building yourself out of crisis. Licia Rose says, wow, I was homeless and I'm currently considering going back to a shelter now, right? That can be Pluto. Oh, I love having all of you guys here. So here are the dates. Pluto is going to enter Aquarius March of next year, between March and June. But it's not straightforward, you guys, because Pluto retrogrades for half of the year. Pluto retrogrades for almost 6 months. And so it retrogrades a few degrees and then it goes forward, and then it retrogrades a few degrees and it goes forward. So, and then in June of next year, it's going to go backwards into Capricorn. And then it's going to stay going backwards. And so when it's in Capricorn at the last degrees, we're going to see that our government and our institutions and our centers of society are corrupt, corroded, and toxic. And we're going to see how many aspects of our society are absolutely dysfunctional, how many are ruled by, I don't know, people who are either just not up for the job, um, people who are beyond themselves. Maybe there isn't cruel intention, but there's an ineptitude, there's an incapability, and it's almost like we don't know what we're doing. For example, microwaving plastic and then eating out of plastic. Well, we all know. Tell me if you guys all know this. How about this? Anybody who didn't know this before right now, please raise your hand and tell me I didn't know this. Microwaving your plastic and eating out of it causes cancer. Ooh, right? Well, we didn't know that. Like what, 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago? We didn't know that. So what I'm saying is that person who created that concept might not have been a cruel person, but there's an ineptitude. There's things that we do not know. So the light will be shined on the corrosion, on the corruption, on the things that are not working. Like literally, how are we killing this earth? And if we don't have this earth, where are we going to go? Right? Yeah. Where are we going to go? Karen, only you make sense to me, Meredith. I love you. You must have Scorpio in your chart. Um, so we're going to see, and we've already been seeing it, like with, Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. Think of that. Think of Weinstein, right? Think of that. We're going to, I can say a lot more and I won't right now, but we're going to see the abuses of power. I want you guys to think about having a flashlight in the dark and you are going to go digging for worms. And the worms are the Pluto. The worms are the corruption. The worms are everything that's not working properly. How are we abusing ourselves? How are we sabotaging our lives? So on a personal level, what are you doing to hurt yourself? So in your own life, you are also the Pluto. So where are you where are you corrupting your own self? Where are you doing the plastic in the microwave, creating cancer to your own self? Not just government doing that to you, not just society doing that to you, not just the exhaust fumes, not just ruining the rainforest, but where are you setting yourself back? Where are you sabotaging yourself, right? And it might be small, but it also could be really, really toxic and really, really big. So I want to tell you, and I do have Russian friends and I also have Ukrainian friends, but Putin's invasion of Ukraine is the perfect example of this Pluto transit. And the reason why I say that is it is based on ego, it is based on falsity, it is based on lies, it is 1000% corrupt. It is corruption, and we are all looking at it, and we are all sitting in our houses. So, like, what the hell? So this Putin war, if you will, is the quintessential example of what a Pluto transit in its horror looks like, and what those people have to experience on the other, those Ukrainian people have to experience on the other end of Putin. The massacres, the rapes, the mass burials, just all of it. I don't even want to go into it. That's all Pluto. So what is the point of Pluto? Pluto, sadly, has to show us this darkness for us to be able to restore ourselves and our life. It's the game of takeaway. I'm sorry, but it's like literally a car salesman where you walk in and you say, I want that car. And the car salesman is like, oh, that car would be perfect for you. Let me go get the keys. And they come out and they go, oh, we're sorry. That car has already been sold to somebody 5 minutes before you got here. No, it's been sold. Okay, well, I'll pay you twice as much for it. Oh, well, let me call them and see if they'll give it to you. Just a minute. No, they're not going to give it to you. They still want it. Okay, I'll pay you 3 times as much for that car. I want that car. Can you order me a different one? No, I'm sorry. The manufacturer stopped making it. It's the game of takeaway. So now I'll do anything to get that car, right? I want that car, right? It creates desire. So when something is taken away from you, like your health, like your wealth, like your parents, like your child, like love, what happens? You get wounded and you will do anything to get that thing back. The car was a stupid, frivolous example of what I'm talking about. But when you are stripped from the things that you value, not just a car, but something so deeply, like your freedoms, like the Ukrainians, you will do anything. I mean, look at them band together to get Putin off their back. MG, my Aries stellium wants to call BS on everything, and it is certainly toxic. Yes. Oh, Connie Joe is awesome. She delivered the goods, you guys. So on December 28th, 2007, Pluto was at 29 degrees Sagittarius. So that's my real question for you. So in 2008, you got free from the 29th degree of Sagittarius, of Pluto and Sagittarius. Are you guys following me with this 29th degree? I like you to see where it moves into the 0 degree of the next sign, because that's liberation. But the hell is sitting at the 29th degree. And because Pluto takes so long, look at what Connie Joe said. She said on December 28th, 2007, Pluto was at the 29th degree of Sagittarius, and it did not even move into 0 degree Capricorn until the 27th of November, 2008. So it took a full year. So that year was a hard year. Sunshine, I lost my home in Ukraine. Oh my God. Oh, this just kills me. It just wrecks me. And everybody, please send Sunshine love. Please, please, please. And Sunshine, where are you? You lost your home. Where did you go? What, do you need anything? That's just awful. I'm so sorry. The 29th degree is perilous. It's challenging. It is it is so hard because it is the last breath, and it is the last little bit of light before it changes into the next degree. So here are the dates. Right now on November 20th, 2022, that's today's date, Pluto is at the 26th degree of Capricorn, and it's finishing up Capricorn's energy. And then on February 11th, 2023, Pluto moves to the crisis degree. So I want you to mark down February 11th, 2023, and Pluto moves into the very last degree of Capricorn. That's 29 degrees. Thank you. Thank you, Juan. And Juan, maybe you want to put these down for everybody. On February 11th, Pluto moves to the crisis degree of 29 degrees Capricorn. And then on March 23rd, so just a few weeks later, it moves into Aquarius. So on 3/23/2023, it moves into 0 degrees Aquarius. So what does that mean? So that means on February 11th, it's going to move into the 29th degree. It's going to go dark. The lights are going out. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. Then on March 23rd, it moves into Aquarius. So we're going to get good news. We're going to see the truth. We're going to feel liberated from ourselves and inside of society. We probably get to see some element of humanity. Then I want to tell you, between March 23rd, 2023 and June 11th, 2023, it sits in Aquarius. So you guys, between March 23rd and June 11th of next year, it's in Aquarius. We're going to have something remarkable happen. I don't know. There's a silver lining. I'm reading your comments too. Maybe it's the end of the war. I'm praying to God. I hope it ends sooner than that, though. But and then this is kind of what's hard. On June 11th, 2023, it moves back to the 29th degree of Capricorn. Now, this is going to swing on a pendulum for a little while. So that's why I wanted you guys to get the dates. And it moves back to the 29th degree on June 11th, and it stays at the 29th degree until July 26th. So that June 11th through July 26th of next year, there's a setback again in your personal life. And then there is a like reevaluation of what you're doing. So we saw that silver lining, and then we get this setback. Then it retrogrades all the way on July 26th. It moves back to the 29th degree. And then next year, August, September, and October and November, it retrogrades all the way back to where it is right now, 27 degrees Capricorn. So, you know, if it goes back to 27 degrees Capricorn, it's got to go over the 29th degree again, right? Because it retrogrades all the way back. So on December 19th, 2023, it moves back up to the 29th degree again. And on January 20th, 2024, it moves to 0 degrees Aquarius. Now, hang on to your hat, okay? This transit's going to take 2 years. On January 20th, 2024, it moves to 0 degrees Aquarius. Again, liberation. And then it's going to stay there for most of the year. And on September 1st, it's going to stay in Aquarius and go 0 to 2 degrees. And then on September 21st, 2024, Pluto will move back to the 29th degree. And it's going to stay in that retrograde motion around the 29th degree until November 18th, 2024. And then, are you guys ready? On November 19th, 2024. So pretty much this time in 2 years, will we be here? Or will we all be here in this chat? Should I do a live on this day? On November 19th, 2024, Pluto moves into Aquarius and it stays there. It stays there. So, and it's going to stay there for, gosh, Connie Joe, I don't know if you're still here. When does it move? And I don't think we need to even figure it out, but did I write down when does it move into Pisces? It's a long time, but I don't know. It's years and years and years. You guys probably don't need to worry about that. But it's going to stay there in Aquarius. And it's in Aquarius. I know, good Lord, I can't keep up. I know, right? So basically, do you want me to do it again? Or are you guys good? So if you guys can find Juan on here, he's writing them down for you. So what I'm trying to say is Pluto retrogrades. Yeah, and you guys can go back and rewatch this part. And it's 10:08, the timestamp 10:08. Basically, Pluto's going to fuck around with us for 2 years. And it's what is really happening, even if you don't want to mark those dates down. I like to mark those dates down. I like to know when Pluto sits at the 29th degree. And for me, I don't know if you guys are like sick like I am, but I like to know the hard days. And then I don't mind not seeing the good days because I live like that. I live trying to make every day a good day. But I like to know the day of the 29th degree more than the 0 degree. That's just me and my sick ways. You guys might want to know when is the liberation? I want to know, okay, when is the pain and suffering? Because I want to counter it. Anna is sipping on Colombian coffee. You guys, I'm sipping on Puerto Rican coffee. This is my favorite coffee. It is so good. Oh my gosh. Wait, can you state the dates again? I think you're going to have to rewatch the video at about the 10:09 timestamp. That would be like 40-minute timestamp. But if you go look at Juan, he has the little wrench. He's writing them down. Basically, we're in this Pluto transit until this time, November 19th, 2024. And we have to be able to see the darkness to stop the darkness, right? So, for example, let's just look at Putin, for example. Watch this get my channel pulled. But he was an evil guy before he invaded the Ukraine. I mean, he took Crimea too. So it's like he was walking around evil, but he wasn't showing the evilness, right? It wasn't until he went and invaded the Ukraine that he really showed just how disgusting of a human he is. And the ability to kill so many people, his own people too, so easily, all for power, all for recognition and fame, all to wave, all to be just a strong man. It's just disgusting. His ego is so huge. So what I'm saying is that you need the flashlight to look into the holes to find the worms. The worms are underground. So you have to dig for them. And if you are willing to look, then you are able to heal. You're able to heal the trauma if you're willing to see the trauma, if you're not willing to look the other way. And it's like we have to see the darkness to survive it, to fix it, to rise above the trauma. And this is actually a time in the world where you are so lucky to be here. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's painful. Yes, some parts of it are just disgusting. But what's happening is this is an evolution of our individual and our collective souls. And it's going to take years to see the benefit. You guys, it's like, how long does it take to grow an oak tree? I mean, it takes years, probably. It's probably growing in the ground and it takes just years. So you have to, so what I'm trying to say is whatever's hard in your life right now, I don't want you to give up before the miracle happens. It's going to take 2 years probably to birth, right, a new oak tree out of whatever crisis you're going through. So I want you to be patient and steadfast and don't give up. So if you and I all went out right now and picked up all the plastic in all the oceans, right? And we picked up every piece of litter on our planet, on our world. Don't you think it'd take probably 2 years to clean it up? And then in 2 years' time, how would we feel? So good, right? So it's kind of like that. This is a process. And we have to, oh gosh, you guys are so sweet. I want to read your comments. But we have to take one step at a time to sort of rebuild our earth, our planet, our communities, all the infrastructures that are broken, our medical systems, our education systems, our roads, our bridges, our countries, right? Put them back together again. When I want to just say this real quick, and then I've got probably just a few minutes to talk with you guys and answer your questions. So when Pluto moves into Aquarius, what happens is the society wants to become more equal. It wants to become egalitarian rather than hierarchical. When Pluto is in Capricorn, you know who's the boss. It's the boss of you. And I think millennials and Gen Zers are really restructuring this. I'll tell you an example. And can you guys tell me, I want to know if you're a millennial. Well, I want to know if you're a Generation Xer, right? Then I want to know, are you a millennial or a Gen Zer? And I want to see if I have more Gen Zers or more millennials. And also I love my boomers. And I hope there's somebody here from the greatest generation, but I don't know if I have anybody that age here. But I want to know if you're a Gen Zer or a millennial, and who do I have more of? And maybe Juan, you can help me. Like, what does it look like? And I'm going to say this, that the millennials, but I think it might even really be the Gen Zers, but no offense to my millennials, because they help shift the movement. But I want to know, or I want to tell you that I think they are really moving us into this egalitarian where everybody has human rights. Everybody is equal. The color of your skin doesn't matter. Your genitals don't matter. Your gender doesn't matter. Your interests don't matter. Okay, a lot of millennials. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And boomers. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. I love this, you guys. I love this. I love this. I love this. And I do think Gen X, our frustration and our anger help shape the millennials, help shape the Gen Zers. But these Gen Zers are taking us into a world that, like, oh, we didn't even imagine. But collectively together, we have to work together because we are creating sort of a systems and structures that go across, they don't go up and down. So seeing us all as one, and it's even going to get bigger. Like, we're going to see ourselves as one. We're starting to see ourselves and equate ourselves even with the trees and the animals. More and more people are seeing that we are no better than the deer that lives in my forest, right? The rabbit that eats my lettuce in my garden is a lot of us feel like they are equal. Not that I am a better thing than that thing. That rabbit deserves to live on earth. And more and more and more people are starting to see like that, and to see that we are nothing without the trees. Oh my God, we are nothing. I know I sound like a Seattle tree hugger. I don't care. I love my trees. So not to toot our own horns. No, you should toot your own horns. Everybody had has every generation has a radically good place in society. We've also, every generation has created toxicity too, right? Like, I do think people get their feelings hurt too easily. It's like, come on, toughen up. I'm a Gen Xer. Um, Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn is going to do, people say top down. Well, what does top down mean? That means you have a boss and a peasant. So I want to tell you, Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? Richest man in the world. I thought this was very interesting. And I don't know what he is. What is he? Is he a Gen Xer? I don't think so. Is he a millennial? I think he might be a millennial. What is Elon Musk? Can somebody tell me what generation? I don't know when he was born. I have a feeling he's a Gen Xer. I don't know. So when he bought Twitter, it just all went to hell. And one of the things he said was, okay, everybody, for all the people who I didn't fire, whoever wants to work hardcore can stay. Everybody else get out. And you know what they did? Well, they're all millennials and Gen Zers, and maybe a few Gen Xers, but mostly millennials and Gen Zers. They were like, go fuck yourself, Elon. I'm not doing that. You can literally beat it. So they're like, no, I'm not sleeping in the basement of Twitter and working my ass off and ruining my mental health and my family and my life to make you richer. No. So there was a mass exodus. He's Gen X. Okay. You know what he really is, Anna? He's out of touch. He's so out of touch. And so the millennials and the Gen Zers were like, who the fuck are you? I'm not doing this, and I'm not reporting to you. I have been an engineer at Twitter for 7 years. I'm not doing this. So they left. They took their 3-month package and they left, and good for them. They can come here to Seattle and work at Amazon. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if that's any better, but what I'm saying is that millennials and Gen Zers are not, and even Gen Xers, they are not going to put up with somebody being that dictatorial, that Machiavellian. That's the 29th degree of Capricorn right in front of your freaking face. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you should all tell your bosses to go F off. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is bosses need to have more humanity and see people as people, not as commodities. And he's 51. Okay. He's about my husband's age. Amazon is having layoffs too. Let's all like this video. Thank you, Jennifer. You guys, please do help me, because my dating series, when I do the videos just one sign at a time, it just tanks my whole channel because it's not a broad enough topic. So I would really love the boost. My grown children are millennials and Gen Z, and I'm so proud of them. Millennials demand $25 an hour to wipe down desks. Flowers, you are so right. So I have 3 Gen Zers in my house today. My niece, my nephew, and my daughter. And we were all talking in the kitchen last night. And my niece is so smart. They all are just so smart. All these kids are straight A kids. And they're really, really bright. And they were talking to me about quiet quitting. I'm like, what's quiet quitting? And they were educating me, on life. And so I do try to stay really in touch with the sort of the Gen Z perspective, which is always quite interesting and a little shocking for me. But the top down world is shifting. And that's where I said, you guys, we are so lucky. We are on the transition team. We are on the transition team. We are taking society that was rules and regulations this way, right? Like in this vertical way. And we are creating a horizontal society. So we're going to help remove the toxic, corroded, corrupt ways of society. We are going to open up the minds and the hearts of what it means to be human. And we just saw that happen in the American election, where people want to live in a society that is fair for everyone. It doesn't matter if you have money or don't have money. We don't want money to define us. One of the people that in the mass exodus of Twitter said, the reason why I quit Twitter is because I don't want to be a part of a system that is so toxic that it is going to destroy itself with this toxicity from the inside out, right? It's polluted. So I love that. I had a lot of respect for that person because I think it's true. I think Elon's going to make, how his mentality was for his workers, top down. I think he's going to promote society in a top down way. He's going to cling on to the 29th degree Capricorn. He's going to cling on to Pluto in Capricorn ways. And crazy enough, because he's also doing space and he's also doing flying cars and he's also doing, Tesla. So he's a really interesting person, but he promotes a society that's top down and it's not going to work. So he doesn't have the emotional aptitude, to run a society, which is what Twitter is. Better that he just sticks to space and cars and mechanics. Connie Joe says March 9th, 2043 is when Pluto moves into Pisces. And I think I'll be here to see it. I'll be a little bit older. I'll be on here like a little old lady, but that's going to be really interesting. So what is needing to be improved in your life or reinvented? How can you come from a more human and a less material place? Where can you be a humanitarian for yourself? Let me say it to you the way I was telling my niece last night. She's in a job that she doesn't love. She doesn't get paid enough money. When she first started the job, she thought it was enough money. And it's like $18 an hour, but it's not a livable wage where we live in Seattle. So I said, close your eyes. And this is an exercise for you. Okay. This is an exercise that I think is really good. So first, the job that you're doing right now, is it a soul job, SOUL, or is it a means to an end job, right? Are you stocking the milk shelves at the grocery store? That's probably a means to an end job. Are you an astrologer like me talking to all of you? That's a soul job, meaning I'm not getting $1 for this right now. This is free, right? I'm doing this for free. This is a soul job. It fills up my soul. It is my soul's calling. It is my soul's purpose. Now, when I was 20 something years old, she's 21, so she's a Zer. I wasn't doing a soul job, right? It took me a long time to be able to do a soul's job. So answer this question right now. Are you doing your soul's job, or are you doing a job means to an end, just to make money, to put food on the table? And by the way, I have a lot of respect for people who are not doing a soul's job. I wanted you guys to answer me. A lot of people in the world don't get to do a soul's job. And I realize that. And it makes me sad. But I wanted you guys to answer that question. I'm doing both. Yeah, Flowers, that's true. She could do the $18 an hour job and then go get a soul job. She really can't because she's a medical student and the job she's doing is a smarty pants job. But her two cousins, my daughter and her brother, one is a hostess and one is a busboy, and they make more money than she does in her medical job. Is that crazy? Because they get tips. And so she's like, should I just go work at Starbucks? I'm like, no, you shouldn't. You're doing part of your calling. So what are you guys doing? I'm working towards a soul job. I'm currently, but it's changing to one. I work for money. I'm doing both. I'm doing both. I do both. Means to an end for now. I'm doing both. Straddling both. Look at you guys. I'm really proud of you. Dawn Wonder, soul job. By the way, I got to promote Dawn Wonder. If you guys don't know, we are having a sale on all of my intention jewelry. If you want something for Christmas, and it's all on sale, go check out her crystals, her aura quartz crystal necklaces. They are so gorgeous. Get the guardian angel. Do we still have it in stock? And the miracle necklace is the blue one. It is so beautiful. There's one for happiness, joy, peace. Go check it out in my shop on the jewelry tab on my shop. So Dawn is doing a soul job because she hand makes every single one of those necklaces for us. Most of you are doing both. That's really interesting. Well, this is the little exercise that I had. There's, I want you to, actually, I won't go into that. I won't go into all that, but I just want you to know that not everybody gets to do a soul job. And right now at the 29th degree Capricorn, hold on to what you've got and work your way towards your higher calling. We are the transition people moving ourselves into a more egalitarian society. It might not be utopia, but it is going to be a better place for all people. Now, watch this. When Pluto, if you mark down the dates, when Pluto goes into the 29th degree, we're going to have setbacks. So we're going to move forward and then we're going to have setbacks. So we're going to clean up our ocean. And then there's going to be a gosh darn oil spill, right? Then we're going to clean up the oil spill and there's going to be, I don't know, a hurricane. And some of these things we can't even help. Oh, Dawn Wonder says, yes, the guardian angel necklace is in stock. You guys, it is so gorgeous. It's pearl. It's opalescent. It looks like amethyst. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Your link on this video to the jewelry does not work. Oh gosh. I wish I could go get it. All you have to do, Amy, is go to soulnavigation.com, then click on the shop tab, and then click on jewelry. I wish I could go get it right now, but I can't. So, okay, I don't want everybody to do this, but if you guys want to send me a super chat, I would love you. Just to say thank you, just to appreciate the channel, just to say, thanks for your work. That's awesome. And if somebody wants me to look at their chart, I think I might be able to do it, but I'm not sure. I think I might be able to do it. Chat, I would love you. Just to say thank you, just to appreciate the channel, just to say, thanks for your work. That's awesome. And why am I getting feedback? Wants me to look at the chart. I think I might be able to. I think I might be able to do it. What's going on? I don't know why I'm getting feedback. There. Okay. Oh my God, I got scared. Okay. So is there anybody? Okay, Teresa Griffin. Okay, Teresa, I think I've got you in here, so that makes it easy. Okay, don't give me too many, you guys, because I don't have that much time. I only have a half hour. Oh my God. Okay, you got to stop. And unless you're just giving me a super chat just to say thank you, but I don't want you guys to be disappointed if I can't get to everybody. Hi, Jan. Thank you. Okay. Let me just see if I can do this. Share my screen. Tell me if this happens. Okay. And if you guys, please don't get mad at me if I can't get to your thing. Oh, I'm supposed to wake up now. I'm supposed to wake up. Look at me. I'm not even organized. I don't even have this open. You guys are so sweet. Okay. Here we go. This is my software program. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. And I might not be able to get to everybody. You know why? You know what I'm doing today? It's so exciting. It's a cute minute. Who's doing this? Who is going to the movies with their mom? Anybody? I'm going to the movies with my mom and my daughter and my niece. Isn't that sweet? God, the last time I was at a movie was so long ago. Do I have Teresa? I don't know if this is you, Teresa. Is this you? I don't think so. Teresa, what's your birthday? Put it in there. And I'm going to look at your Pluto transit. Okay, you guys have to stop giving me money unless you're just saying thank you and you're not mad at me for not being able to get to your chart. Yeah, Juan is right. So, oh, you guys will love Dawn's necklaces. They make the most beautiful gifts and the way she packages it. So you won't even have to wrap it for Christmas because she already packages it. They even smell good. I know it sounds funny, but June 23rd, 1959. Okay. And Teresa, I need to know where you were born and what time. I thought I had you in here, but I guess I don't because you're a super supporter. 1959. We have a boomer. Where was she born? Oh, 1:52 p.m., Hagerstown, Maryland. I hope I can remember that. Hagerstown, Maryland. You can see how it takes a minute, right? It takes a minute. Are you guys proud of me for being able to do this? Like sharing my screen seamlessly at 9:30 in the morning. I'm like so proud of me. Oh, Stacy, thank you. Stacy H, I love you. I got your email yesterday. I'll write you back when I have a chance to breathe. Oh, thanks, Jan. You give me so much astrological insight. I put my comments over here so I can see them. You look amazing. Thank you. I woke up like a half hour before I got here and my husband looked at me and he's like, oh my God, how are you going to do this? I said, I don't know. He goes, I'll go get you some Puerto Rico coffee. So proud of you, Mare. Aw, Andrea, thank you. Which app do you use for that, Meredith? Well, you can see it's Sirius 3.0. You can see it at the top of the screen. Oh, by the way, you guys, I have to tell you, this is not my gorgeous, gorgeous natal chart that I sell. Let me see if I can show you my gorgeous natal chart. Because mine completely fell apart. This is what my charts look like if you buy them in the store. They are so beautiful. So if you guys want your chart, this is what they actually look like. But it took me like 12 hours to design this. I designed this and I lost it. It literally poofed away. It like poof, thin air. I'm so upset. So I haven't had time because I run by this it's just like fire under my ass constantly. I'm so freaking busy that I haven't had time to redesign it. So we have to look at this. But if you guys buy a natal chart from me, it will look like that. I got to ask my hubby for a refill on the coffee. Hold on. Where is he? He's probably out there watching the football game. Refill on coffee. Oh, you guys, by the way, 2 things that I want to tell you. The first thing is next Sunday, I'm going to have my Dating a Leo video, and then I'm done with that series. So I did the whole dating series if you want to watch it, if you haven't. And then I'm open to a new series. However, and I do want your opinions, and I don't want you to put your opinions in the chat right here. I want you to go put them on the comments underneath the video, because I can't replay the chat and sit there and wait for it to come. I want you to put it on the comments if you have an idea. Now, here are the stipulations. Okay. You do got to follow some rules, because I have to make sure people will watch the videos. So, it needs to include all 12 signs. So Jupiter, all 12 signs, Uranus, all 12 signs, the houses, something for all 12, something for everybody. Okay. So you can't just do North Node in Taurus, unless that's by transit. That affects everyone. So I want your ideas, and I take them very seriously. I take them to heart. Aw, Sunjur Bob, if you have a soul, your soul job will find you. Yeah, it's almost like Sunjur. If you listen to your soul, if you have the guts, everybody has a soul. If you have the guts to do what your soul craves, right? Then it will find you. Some people don't have the courage to do it because, well, quite frankly, they live too close to the edge. Leisha Rowe, I've purchased your packages online for chart reading and you got it done so quickly. Well, thank you. We work really hard. I have a weeny team. I don't fulfill those orders usually. If I do, I'm usually working on the backup, but my person is sick. My whole team is kind of sick and under the weather right now. So I really appreciate you guys being patient. Tell me your ideas in the comments under the videos. Here's Teresa. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bi wheel. Okay, Teresa. So get in here in the chats for me. And we're going to look at her Pluto, and we're going to see where Pluto is transiting, because that's where she's having a crisis. That's where she's being asked to, heal. And here it is in the 4th house. Well, what's the 4th house? Family, roots, heritage. What does that mean? That means there is something about her family that could need to be reworked. So maybe somebody is falling ill. Maybe somebody is leaving the nest. Maybe there's a shift in her home, in her house. Maybe she needs to improve her house, improve her relationships in her family, do her relationships differently. And eventually Pluto is going to even creep up here and sit right on her moon. That's in many, many years to come. Pluto, look, it takes 2 years just to get it from here to 0 degrees. So is Teresa talking to me? Do I believe in twin flames? Yes, I do. Meredith, will astrology change when we understand more about the universe? Karen, absolutely. Like how I do astrology today as an evolutionary astrologer has shifted and changed so much from Hellenistic astrology. So when astrology was first used, it had a cruelty in it. I mean, it was really, really cruel. And now it has found, with as we evolve, we can find, how do I say this? We can find the blessings in the planet Saturn, where before people did not believe in the blessings in Saturn. We now can see hard work is good for you, right? hard lessons can make you grow, right? Yeah, because we're evolving. That's a great question. So with Teresa, I just want to say this is happening in the fourth house. So what we need to do is we need to go look at her chart and see if she has anything at the 29th degree or near the 29th degree. And what does she have? Holy moly guacamole. She has Cancer right here at 1 degree. That's pretty close to the 29th degree. She has 9-degree Libra. So this doesn't have a direct hit really in her chart. This 1 degree Cancer, it's close to 29-degree Gemini, but that's going to be pretty much in harmony when Pluto gets to 1 degree Aquarius. So she has her Pluto at 2 degrees. And so when this moves to 2 degrees Aquarius, it will have a quincunx to her, but that's okay too. So I'm going to say that this Pluto is really going to bring you a change inside your family and a change inside the way you probably are a mother, and a change. You might even discover some things about your ancestries, your roots, where you live, your home, your house. Is Teresa on here? My daughter just had a baby boy November 18th. Okay. So this is bringing in grandmother energy for you. And I'd say it's not really in crisis in your chart. It's in doing life differently. You're going to evolve. I bet you, Teresa, you might even be a better grandma than you were a mom in the sense of bringing wisdom, right? Because you're going to be coming from a Plutonian place with your grandchild, which is really interesting. Okay. But I don't see a lot of pain and suffering and agony. I just see a shift and a change and new definitions for you, which is exciting for you. And you get to now probably help out, right? With a little 1 and 2-year-old. Okay. So I want to take on Kendra now. Kendra, can you leave your birth info? Because I probably don't have you in here. And I'm just doing little quickie looks because I want to be able to do this. But I have to go to the movies with my mama. See my message above. Oh, yes. Son passed, grandkids, mom has limited visits. Your son passed away? Holy moly. Is that what you meant? That's terrible. Well, I guess that is hard. And, sometimes Pluto doesn't, that's a good lesson for me too, to remember Pluto doesn't always need, and by the way, it has been going to the 29th degree already this year. Pluto doesn't need to be in hard aspect to other planets to bring in hard lessons. Pluto can just be freaking sitting there. So that's a good reminder, Teresa, but that's unbearable. I don't even want to speak that. He had a heart attack? Oh my goodness. Well, what we really should do is look at his chart in truth. And hi, honey. My honey's here getting me Puerto Rico coffee. Woo! Teresa, just one. Thank you. You can do a reading, and you can even book with anybody, but you could book a reading with me if you want to look at his chart. And I do death readings. I don't really believe in death, but I believe that we just go on, but we can look at your son's soul. And what we can do is we can look at his birth chart, and we can look at the day that he crossed over, because those are the portals. And we get a lot of answers, and we get a lot of messages when we do that. So if you have had somebody in your life who has passed away, and you do want to look at that decision to leave Earth and to cross over, heart attacks oftentimes look like they were accidents, they were mistakes, but sometimes in the chart, we can see that it was the choice of the soul. It wasn't just the body not being equipped. But I am so sorry. Oh, here's Kendra. Okay, Kendra. I don't know your last name, and I probably have another Kendra, but let's just see. Okay, Kendra, 11:09. I don't want you to think that I'm unfeeling, because I'm moving on but that is just so sad. 10:16 p.m. And thank you guys for being a super supporter and joining my channel. And I had so much fun with all of my super supporters yesterday and my superstar super supporters. And well, Kendra, I don't run the shop, so I don't have the database of clients that order. That goes over to my shop, and that the person that works my shop is on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, so it's not on my computer right here. So I'm waiting on your place, Kendra. Oh, Teresa. Silver Springs, Maryland. We got it. Yeah. And Juan is asking you guys, if I do pick you, please have your stuff ready. Tori Smith, I'm not trying to be a quiet quitter. I didn't even know what quiet quitting was. Is that ghosting me? Silver Spring, Maryland. Dun, dun, dun. Oh God, please don't fall apart. Sometimes it blows up. Look at that. It doesn't want to do it. Okay. Woo. Sometimes it collapses. Isn't my hubby cute? Okay. First, I have to say, oh, is it Kenda? Oh, I misspelled your name up here. I'm so sorry. Kendra, I have to ask you, did you watch my Pluto playlist? I hope you watched all of it, every single minute of my entire playlist. And I hope you watched Sun conjunct Pluto. And because I say that because you are a Scorpio, Pluto is your chart ruler. Any Scorpio should binge watch my whole Pluto playlist because Pluto is your planet and you need to know how to dance with it. And that's why Scorpio is so intense. And you have Pluto on your sun. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? She has Pluto on her sun. So you're going to have Pluto transiting right here. How do you guys find the degrees? Let me just show you with Kendra's chart. Okay. Okay. What you do is you go find the glyph of Capricorn. If you don't know what the glyph of Capricorn is, and if you have one of my charts, I know it doesn't look like this. Yours is gorgeous. Mine is medium. You go and look at down here. It's going to show you the glyphs. Pray you know the glyphs by now. Hopefully you've been working with me long enough that you know the glyphs. Here's Capricorn. So it looks like this. It looks like a V with an S on it. So you go find the V with the S on it in your chart, and then you look for the degrees. And you know there's 30 degrees per sign. So right here, her house starts at 4 degrees, 2 minutes, and it goes all the way up here to 4 degrees, 40 minutes. So we know that in this house, it's going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 29. So we know she's going to have her 29th degree right there. That's how you do it. You don't see all the degrees listed, right? But you know, because this is 4 and this is 4, you know that the 29th degree is sitting right here. Does that help the people that need? And you guys, one other thing I want to tell you, if you really want to learn astrology, go take my master class. It's on my website, soulnavigation.com, and you click the button, learn astrology. I have a soulmates class if you want to understand compatibility. And I have a master class that you can just take, and it's 2 hours. You get to keep it for life. And I teach you how to read the chart. It's really fun. And not just sun sign astrology. We go way beyond that. Like, here's the deal, Kendra, you can never, ever, 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 ever say again, I'm a Scorpio. Nope. You have to say, I'm a 4th house Scorpio with Pluto on my sun. And then if that doesn't scare the living shit out of everybody, nothing will. Okay. She said, yes, I watched all the Pluto playlists. Thank you. It was crazy accurate. Thank you. Yeah, but you cannot say you're a Scorpio. You're a fourth house Scorpio, which is a totally different kind of Scorpio because that brings in Cancer energy. This is pretty intense. I told you Pluto was going to be right here and it showed up. These are the transits. This is where all the planets are right now. We've got our Mars in Gemini in retrograde. We have the Scorpio sun. There's only, 2 more days, one more day of Scorpio, and then we're into Sagittarius. So this is about your health and your wellness. Okay. So I want to ask you, Kendra, this is about you doing, there's about 5 different themes when this lands in here. And let's just first go look. Okay, so it's in harmony with your own nodal axis. And I love that. And look at this. You have a 29-degree nodal axis. And what's interesting about that is my daughter has the same exact nodal axis as you, except you're definitely not her age. She has a 29-degree Virgo south node and a 29-degree Pisces north node. And I see it play out in her all the time. I really love that as a mom because she's quite helpful as a Virgo. Like if I ask her, will you help me sweep the floors? Will you help me vacuum? She will. And moms need that. So your mom must have appreciated that in some way. And you have a Cancer moon and you also are in the 4th house. So you must have attachments to your mom. I'm not positive about your dad. Your dad looks like he might be more missing, but your mom looks really present here. Is that true? Anyways, I just want to say that the 29th degree shows me that you came into this lifetime with a lot of crisis, meaning you probably served somebody or something too much. You might have even lost your identity through the service to another person. You might have been trapped in some sort of situation of slavery. And the slavery could have entailed losing your voice. So having to take it. Now, I don't know what kind of slavery. I don't know if it was, slavery to a royal king. I don't know if it was, the kind of slavery that you experience or servitude that you experience just in a marriage you don't want to be in, but really not losing your power and keeping your voice and finding your voice is really strong. You have a lot of your planets in shy houses, with the exception of the 5th house and the 9th house here. You're really supposed to rise up into 9th house energy, which is joyful and happy and big and larger than life. And you are a Leo rising, but you have a sun in Scorpio in the 4th house. So there's a shyness to you. You have Mercury on your Mars. So I know you're capable, but I just don't want you to let go of your voice and your opinions. Find an elegant, nice, graceful way to say them because you got Pluto on the sun. So you're probably too brutally honest at times. But what I want to say is this is about your wellness. This is about your health. And this is about you doing the daily grind, if you will, the daily duties. I talk about this sort of as a Lego house, where how do you build a Lego tower? You build it one Lego at a time. So doing the daily work to master yourself, to put your talent out there into a masterful position and to become masterful at the craft of being you. So when you have and there's crisis in this. So you're either afraid to do it, not doing it, blocked around doing it, doing what? Mastering your craft. So whatever your craft is, whatever your talent is, or finding your talent, finding your craft and doing it in a way where you become an expert is what you're supposed to be focusing on for the next 2 years. And you're going to have a setback and then you're going to go forward. So let's say it's writing a book. So you write your book and then you give it to a publisher and they say, this sucks. This is awful. That's the setback. So you go back, you rework it, and let's pretend they're mean and cruel, right? Because it is Pluto. It's not like, oh, Kendra, really good job. But if you could just tweak the title. No, it's going to be something mean. Pluto's mean. Pluto is not nice. Pluto is so mean to you. And because you have Pluto on your sun, I don't want you to be mean to you. Do not be mean to you. I love that I love that. My mom changed. This is Kendra speaking. Love that. My mom changed when I turned 18, but she is very jealous, but is not willing to deal with her issues. She's almost killed me with her cold ways. She's an Aquarius. Hopefully Pluto will help her. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. But this is about you becoming so masterful at being you that one day you step into your true power of being a mentor for others. I only have 5 minutes left, you guys, and I would like to answer some questions here. Let me just see. I want to answer some questions. I wish I could read everybody's. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can just do one more person. Okay, I'm going to do Aisha, okay, because she wrote all her information down for me. And then I'm going to have to say goodbye because I'm going to the movies. Yes, if you guys want to be a super supporter, you get to come to my parties. And please, anybody who was there yesterday, please talk about the party. It's a different kind of party. I mean, it's not really a party until somebody cries, right? I mean, it's kind of a crying party, just to be honest, but it is really good. And it just makes my heart swell. And I think I sat there for 4 hours with everybody. It was supposed to be an hour. It turned into 4. I'm sorry. We didn't want to leave each other, did we? We didn't want to go home. I was in my home, but we just did not want to say goodbye to everybody. So is Aisha here? If she's not here, I shouldn't probably do it. But if she's here, I will do it. Let me see. And Kendra, I want to know, what is your craft? You guys are sweet. The party had all the emotional elements. The super party yesterday was awesome. Is Aisha here? No? Okay. I don't think she's here. Did somebody else give me? I'll do Jillian. Jillian is a brand new super supporter. Jillian, do you want to give me your information really quickly? Oh, thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Is Jillian here? Oh, there's Aisha. Okay, I'll do Aisha. Aisha is here. I don't know if this is her. Let's see if it is. Is this her? Oh my gosh, it's her. Can you even believe I have her? That's crazy. I must have done your chart. And then there's Jillian. Now I feel bad. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ooh. Look at this big giant grand square. Are you guys learning a lot? Are you learning a lot from seeing other people's charts? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so let's look at this. First thing you got to do is, where does she have 29 degrees Pluto? Before I put the bi wheel up and show you the answer, can you guys figure out, looking at this chart, where she has 29 degrees Capricorn? We go look at the Capricorn glyph and we can see that right here, it's this line is 1 degree Capricorn and this line is 21 degrees Capricorn. So she's going to have it right in here. Let's see. I think it's going to be in the 9th house, but we'll see. Sometimes I see it and then it pops into the other house. Right there, 9th house. And it's at 26 today, but it's going to go 27, 28, 29, right? And then Pluto's going to eventually sit on her Neptune. So let's see if she has 29 degrees anywhere else. Well, she's got a 0 degree Scorpio. So Scorpio and Aquarius are fixed signs. And you know that fixed signs are in negative challenge aspect to one another. So when Aquarius in Pluto hits the 0 degree mark, it's going to be in crisis with her Mars. So she's got something challenging coming up, and her energy and her drive and her life force is going to be challenged. So life is going to require a lot from her. She's born in 1999. So you're pretty young, which I like seeing because you probably have the energy to manage this. You are really capable and super strong. Anybody with a Mars in Scorpio, they can go to war with life and win. So, and you have it in the 6th house. So you might even be a little bit of a workaholic or work too hard, but life is going to get real intense. And can you tell us what's going to be happening? And that's when, so if you go back to my video where I said it hits 0 degrees Aquarius, when it hits 0 degrees Aquarius, while the world is feeling liberated, you're feeling the grind because you've got it in direct square aspect, pinpoint precision bullseye to your Mars. So I'm wondering if you're in school, I'm wondering what you're doing, because again, it's 6th house issues, which is your daily grind. It's your daily duties. It's your step by step by step by step. And you're trying to master yourself. I would love for you to talk to us. You also are having a lot of liberations. And I think there's a big push-pull in your life because you got Saturn on Uranus. And that's not easy. So that's wanting the freedoms of life, but then also feeling the responsibilities. And you are a very sensitive soul with this Pisces moon and this Cancer sun sign. What I'm going to tell you is that with Pluto transiting your 9th house, whoever has Pluto transiting the 9th house or Pluto in the 9th house, Aisha, this is about what do you believe in? And your belief system governs every single thing you do in the world. We don't walk out our front door without our belief system intact. If you're walking out the front door, getting in your car or getting in the subway and driving to work, there's a belief system inside of you that says, I need to work for whatever reasons, to put food on the table, to take care of my child, to put clothes on my back. I don't know, to wear a Gucci purse. I have no idea what your belief system is. But she finished university last year. She's working a 9-to-5 job, but she's struggling to find her gifts and her strengths. Aw, here's the deal. Well, get a reading if you want, get a reading to get help with who am I? Who was I born to be? So what do my readings show you? All kinds of things. We can do 1,000 different kinds of readings, but one of my favorite kinds of readings is, who am I? If I unzipped you and I looked at your soul, and I read the blueprint of your soul, that's this chart that I'm looking at. Who was I born to be? Who was I in my past life? Who am I in this lifetime? And who am I preparing to be in my next lifetime? And that answer sits in the North Node, in your case, Leo in the 4th house. Do you guys see it? With Venus there. So you're learning a lot of lessons about love. Now, what I want to invite you to do, Aisha, is Yes, work your 9 to 5 job, work the grind. I mean, you're only 20 nothing years old, right? You're still super young. And like work your 9 to 5 job so you can keep the money flowing. But I really want you to explore deeply, like a good Cancer will. What rocks your world? What turns you on? What is this? This is how you figure it out. Okay. One of the ways. What is a subject that I could talk to you about for 4 hours and you're still not tired? And then figure out what you can do with that subject. So, um, I want you to take the next 2 years to discover everything about you, and it will find you with this Pluto in the ninth house. And what it's going to show you is what you believe in. And how is it going to show you your belief system? By taking things away. So it's going to take things away, and you're going to be like, no, 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 no. I want that. I believe in that. I need to heal that. Right. So if confidence is something that you're working on, which I think it is because you're a second house sun, self-worth, and what are you worth? Well, you might be in a job that doesn't pay you what you're worth. So therefore you come to believe, you come to know, hey, I'm worth more than this job. And the way you know it is because you're in a job that doesn't pay you enough, right? You're in a job that doesn't equal your worth. And so you're really going to shape your belief system through crisis, if you will, right now over the next 2 years. So don't be in a rush. Don't be panicked. Just take the next 2 years to figure out, who am I? Who do I want to be in the world? What do I want to do? You are a phenomenal communicator and you are a vessel of love. So how can you take communication, passion, and love and wrap it into a ball and put it into a job, right? That could be a kindergarten teacher. That could be a nurse. That could be a counselor. That could be, I don't know, a dog walker, right? A vessel of love. Mm-hmm. Let me see what you guys are saying to me. Hold on. What are you guys saying to me? Because I got to go in just a few minutes. Oh my gosh, so fast, so fast, so fast. I'll look over here. I will have another live. I don't come on nearly enough, but I love doing the lives. And I really, really, really love being here with you guys. And it just fills me up. And we have so many viewers. It really rocks my world. But I really want you guys to help me. I love seeing you all here. Anna, I'm sorry I didn't get you your chart yesterday or today. Oh, please forgive me. I love you. And Alien, I'm so glad you're here. We missed you yesterday. And all the people that didn't get to show up yesterday, God, we missed you, but it was so great. I only do my parties like 2 or 3 times a year. So I'll do another one maybe at the first of the year. I want to tell you guys a little tiny announcement, a little tiny secret announcement. I'm going to do this hopefully January 1st if I can get my ducks in a row. But I am starting a podcast, and my podcast is going to be so exciting. And I want to invite you to be a part of it. So my podcast is called the Soul Navigation Podcast, Love Astrologically. And as I get closer to launching it, I am going to, I'll advertise it and I'll let you know. You can get it anywhere where you can get your podcast. It's not published yet. But what my podcast is about love. And it's about looking at love through the lens of astrology. And so if you have a riveting or interesting story about love, and if you would like to be a guest on my podcast, I'm going to look at different people. I might not be able to pick everybody, but I'm going to have a board that reviews people's stories for me, and they're going to help me choose some people to bring on to my show. And I'm going to talk to you about love and through using your chart. Hopefully the world will think this is interesting. And if you would like to be considered You guys can write me a little bit about your story. Please don't write me too much. Like, don't start when you were a small child all the way through all the years, because I don't have that much time to read. Just give me some highlights. Like, this is what happened to me. Would you be interested in having me on? And I also would love, if you could do this, I would love a video of you telling me your story, just quick, like 2-3 minutes, because then I can see you and I can see your energy. And then I can send that off to my selection committee. There's a little board for me. Anyways, I'm going to have that in January, and I'm really, really excited about it. So it's called the Soul Navigation Podcast, Love Astrologically. And it's going to be really different because I'm going to be doing charts and I'm going to be working with real people. So it's not just me teaching you astrology. But I got to go to my movie, and I hope you guys are wonderful. And thank you for being a member. Thank you for your super chats. And I'm really sorry I couldn't get to everybody. And send me an email, soulnavigation1111@gmail.com, if you would like to do, if you would like to possibly be a guest on my podcast. Oh, thank you for all your support. I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys take good care. Bye. I'll miss you until I see you again. I'll do another live stream soon. Bye.